Hi, welcome to Tensions Oracle. Thank you for joining me today. So, I'm doing this as a part two of Ja'Niyah McMichael's reading. If you haven't watched her reading already, go back and watch it and come back and watch this. So, I did her reading, and in the reading, it was obvious to me that it was her mother who is responsible for her disappearance, allegedly. Okay. So I wanted to look at her numbers to see what was going on with her. And I had her birth date. And what I got on her is a lot of sexual abuse, child abuse, trauma, all of that type of stuff coming out to her. So I'm just going to tell you what I got. So the first thing I'm getting is that there's some sexual abuse and the mother knows about it. So that can mean that the mother is aware she's out doing whatever she's doing, or the mother is assisting, because then I have that it's like somebody is a male in here and it's like you pimping this girl out. So I don't know if it was her, the Ja'Niyah, out doing this, but to me it's not looking like that, really. But it's like you're pimping this girl out for an older man, but it's for money. Okay. Now, a lot of people may say about these young girls that they're out here and they're being with these older men and whatever the situation is. But it doesn't matter if they're being with these older men or not, they're still being molested. And it's just the same as for boys. Boys can be out here with older women, but it's still they're being molested regardless if they're out willingly doing it or somebody is making them do it. Because a lot of times this stuff comes from being abused, sexually abused. I ain't gonna say at home, but just period. Okay, because it doesn't necessarily always have to be in the home. But if they're experiencing that, they're going to go out and react in that way. So it doesn't matter how old the child is or if they're willing to do it or not, still being molested. Okay, so anyway. So the next thing that I got on here is like there could have been some CPS involvement. I don't know if this is her birth mother. I don't know. I believe it is. But so it's like I'm getting CPS foster care. So that could be like somebody is coming in to intervene or advocate for Ja'Niyah in her home because there's things going on in the home that people are kind of suspicious or aware of. Now, I also got that she could have been pregnant or have some type of STDs or something. Something is going on with that. It could be a combination of both or whatever the situation is. But possibly pregnant, possible sexual diseases from being abused, okay? Also, I'm getting that it's like the sacrifice of a child. Now, that just sacrifice just means that you are putting yourself above the well-being or needs of another person. So it's like I'm sacrificing my child for my own self because I don't want to have to deal with them. I don't want to have to care for them, whatever. But it's like you're sacrificing your child. But in the same instant, I got causing harm and it's out of malice. So it's like you're doing things to your child to harm or to hurt them out of spite. So you're doing it in a spiteful way for whatever reason. And I'm getting, if there was CPS or somebody coming in to advocate for her or mediate or whatever the situation is, that I got that there's some type of punishment that she may have received for speaking out about being abused. So if CPS involved and she has told somebody and somebody is coming to, advocate for her or whatever the situation is, now it's like you're being punished because you spoke out against the abuse, or you spoke out against whatever is going on, abuse, whatever kind of abuse it is. You're speaking out against that. You're speaking up for yourself. And so because you did that, somebody is going to punish you for that. So that's what I'm getting on her. I want to pull a few other cards while I'm on here to see what else comes out. Or Ja'Niyah. And then I think in her reading, I got that blessed card, but it's also in her numbers that is her. So I know that's her because those are people who are here for, like I said, on special missions, and usually those people receive a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse. So it's kind of like those chosen ones that everybody think they are chosen. So it's kind of like that, where you have these people here that are for certain purposes, but they're usually taken out early. They are usually the victim of a lot of trauma or abuse most of the time. They don't always have to pass away, but a lot of times they go through a lot of things because that is to keep them from rising to what they're trying to do. And so that is what I got on her, and it's also in her numbers. Okay. Now, let's see. Ja'Niyah. I'm not gonna pull that many cards. I just came here to basically say what I just said. But okay, so I have this card, which means the illumination of truth. That means that somebody doesn't want the truth to be highlighted, or somebody is trying to highlight it. Okay, so it can mean that. Now I have this card, which means that there are limitations. So what the limitations mean is that either you have reached a limit, or there is something that is preventing you from doing something else or going further. So you have the limitations, and then you have the change of the fortune. So a truth was highlighted. So like I said, she could have spoken out, said something, talked to somebody about what was going on with her. But that truth put up barriers for somebody else. So somebody else wasn't able to do something, or she was not able to, like I said, go further or move past something. And then that's the change of the fortune. Because the truth was illuminated, it changed the fortune for her. And also it placed limitations on what somebody could do. So if I'm abusing you and you speak out about it and you illuminate that truth, then that means now I have to be careful on what I do, because then people are going to be watching me to see, or watching you, or seeing a situation, and I can't do what I normally was doing to abuse you or whatever, talk to you, or whatever I'm doing. It's limitations. So since I have limitations put on me now that changed the fortune, or that changed the situation. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I don't know why I'm seeing her. It's like like somebody hit her in the head with something. I keep seeing that. That's coming out again. Okay, like I said, she illuminated the truth. Okay. Didn't like that. They didn't like that she brought the truth out. Okay. So now there's the limitations with the friends. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be her friends. It could be somebody that's associated with whoever this is that is abusing her, the friends of that person. So now those people that group of people have limitations on what it is that they can do to her. And then here is the mental state, the mentality, the way somebody thinks, the change of fortune. So with the change of fortune, with the mentality, it just means that now my mental state has changed on the way that I think. So once your mentality change, let me say like but just to say this, before I was only, let's just say, I wouldn't give you certain things. Okay, but now my mentality has changed, and so now your fortune has changed. So instead of just not doing certain things for you, now I am not feeding you or whatever, just something like that, right? But it's the mentality of someone, okay? And then you have this of the friends of this person right here. So somebody changed the mentality because of her. Also, she had people, like I said, if she has somebody advocating for her, she has changed the mental state of other people. So she made people start thinking a different type of way because of her. Start looking at things in a different type of way. And this doesn't have to be like for instance, it could be now that she has these people advocating for her, looking for her, trying to assist her, whatever be. She changed people's mentality on a situation. It could be just her being missing. But there's only so much people can do because I see the limitations with this print. Okay. Emotional. So somebody was in their feelings. These are not good emotions. Okay. And then I have that next to this card, which is anything that leads to the death of people anywhere. So domestic violence, drunk driving, drug abuse, whatever the situation is, this is what this is. But it's see that emotional next to it. Key information or the key to the situation. So this came out in her other reading too. Somebody has key information or somebody is the key to it. And that key is on here with the mentality or the mental state of somebody, and somebody's changing the fortune has changed for somebody. So key to the issue is there was some violence here, and this is the emotions behind it. This is like a moon card too. Hidden secrets. That's in her will as well. Hidden secrets. With that hidden secrets, I have somebody being used for pleasure. And what that means is could be sexual, but it also could just mean that somebody is benefiting off of you, receiving pleasure off of you, receiving benefits off of you, being them using you for their own benefit. It doesn't have to always be sexual, but it looks sexual here because I see that next to the lustful sexual energy. And also somebody is profiting off of you and making a fool out of you as well along with that. But it's like but it's like what I had already said with her anyway. Like somebody is using her. It's like a lot of sexual abuse in there, and it's like it's for profit. Somebody is even if it's not money, somebody is benefiting off of it in some type of way. And I also see a lot of things with mother relationships in here with her. It's like there's some issue with money towards, some issues with the mother towards her as well. Like she may be having an issue going, like, sometimes mothers and daughters have issues, but it's like it's causing problems within the relationship that she has with that person. And then it's like it's a lot of that around there. It's also somebody that can get close to her that is abusing her in some type of way, but it's like somebody is using their closeness to her to get at her. Like, well, whoever got at her is somebody that is close to her because they know the ins and outs, and it's like they're trying to conceal and hide things and do things in secrecy, but it's somebody that's close to her. Thoughts and communication about the communication about this is the communication. This is somebody telling the truth about illuminating the truth on stuff. So you bringing certain things to light. Here is the communication. So you talking to somebody and telling people what's going on. That air card also is next to the temptation. Somebody is tempted to do something. So these are the temptations that people have. So the things that people are tempted to do, also temptations that people have, meaning some people can be tempted by money, some people can be tempted by sexual things, whatever. It's the temptations that you have. So it's the communications about the things that people are tempted to do or have temptations about. And then also see this fight. This is next with this. So this fight changed the fortune. So the fight is an actual physical fight. That's what that is, an actual physical fight. So there's communication about, so maybe she told somebody that it was physical abuse, could be that too. Maybe she told somebody it was some type of physical abuse, and then there are things going on in the home because that temptation is coming out right along with this, okay? So there is temptations going on within the home about people and what they are doing. But these temptations had some, like I said, somebody wasn't able to move forward with some things, or it's like it was a stopping point or a limit to what people could do. Okay. Now I said it's a man, but it could also be a man and a masculine energy in there. So could it be two separate people, one holding masculine energy? Masculine energy doesn't always mean a male. It could just be somebody who has strong masculine energy. And then there's also a male in there because it's like, because her father wasn't in the home, she may have been seeking some type of fatherly type energy. Okay. And so you can be victimized by men if you are searching for that. Not necessarily saying that a man has to do something to you, but you're looking for that as well. So now I have the affiliated. So this means somebody that is connected to you or affiliated with you in some type of way, right? Now I have the gangs and the friends. That's a group of people. So gang friends, a group of people who are together for a purpose. They all have the same type of mentality, right? They all have the same type of mentality, a common goal. So you have these people who's thinking similar with the temptations here. So these people may do some type of abuse, trauma, or whatever to you, but they are all connected here. Then I have this with the 7. And the 7 is like the 7 of Pentacles in tarot. So it's like you taking a moment to observe or to take in something or situation so you can know how to move forward. So that's this person mentality. So they, with that, you also had this fight, and then somebody having key information, but it's like somebody is taking a moment to evaluate a situation to see how it affects them and how are they going to move forward from this point on. But you have that with people that are affiliated with her, this group of people that are affiliated with her. So it's not just one person. So like I said, the mother, I know for a fact, allegedly, is involved, but she could have other people assisting her. A gang just means a group of people that are all together for a common cause. So she could have other people, whether it's 1 or 2 other people assisting her in doing whatever she's doing. That's abuse. So you got, if it's what I say, where she has this sexual abuse and she's pimping her daughter out, it could be all these people being involved to cause some type of trauma. And so the reason why these people are stepping back, that are all connected, all these people, is because the communication is coming out, okay? And then, like I said, this is an actual fight, but this is also somebody battling certain things internally, fighting, like you say, you fighting demons. So you fighting some things internally here. So now you having to take a pause, okay? So if you're talking about certain things that you're dealing with, and then these, like I said, somebody must have come in to intervene. I got CPS, foster care, whatever, somebody advocating for her. So if you communicating about that, now these people that are connected to her are now having to, all right, we can't do what we used to do anymore because now she done told. Okay, so we have it like that. Conflict. So you have the conflict with somebody that she was affiliated with. This is like the 5 of Swords. So this is the conflict that you have with other people. So you have the conflict on the emotional. So this conflict that you're dealing with is causing you to be sad, depressed, upset, whatever. It's causing you to be emotional because you're dealing with all this conflict. This conflict also resulted in somebody needing some type of medical assistance or help because of the conflict. And this 911 is coming on top of this, and this is the violence that's happening to cause somebody's death. So there's somebody who needed some type of help here because they had this violence happening to them. Then over here you have, this is the morals. So this is the morality of a situation. So somebody is doing things against morality, or somebody is acting in a more, however you want to put it, but that could be anything that's against moral code. So somebody here having some type of conflict because of the things that somebody is doing to them that's not morally right, and they also need some type of help or assistance here. So like I said, she probably could have called somebody and spoken to somebody, because I have the communication about somebody that she's affiliated with, and there's some conflict there with them. And see the things that people are doing against, because most of the time this comes out, it just means that people are doing things against morality. You don't have any morals. So it's this, okay? then somebody is taking a step back, trying to see something as the result of this. And then here is the battle or the fight that's coming here. So here somebody is dealing with some things internally, right here. And then you have somebody is trying to take a step back or trying to observe the situation, but it's about something that they're doing that's not morally right. So because they're, like I said, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do because they are into some things that's not morally right. Then you have the conflict that's being brought out because of somebody communicating about the things that they are dealing with. And then now this person is in need of assistance or help because they're being abused or there's some violence happening to them. So we got that. I don't want to be that one. Oh, well, okay. This came back out here. Somebody that she trusted, that she's connected to. Okay. And then here is the endings. And the things that you do are leading to your death. So the things that you do that could lead to your demise could just be you speaking out against something that somebody is doing. Because I feel like she spoke out because it's like you speak out against something and somebody take you out because you reveal, because people don't like for you to reveal the things that they're doing wrong to you. I'm going to pull a couple from here. So that's what I got. So it's like somebody that she trusted, the mama, allegedly, is behind her being missing. Allegedly. Sexual activity, sexual partner, an innocent person being pulled into something that has nothing to do with them or that is not because of them. And then you have the illegal activity or drugs here. Okay. Sexual energy, right? Then we have the cheating. Somebody is cheating on you or somebody is trying to cheat you out of something. Then you have the friend connected to this. So this is somebody, an innocent person being pulled into something. And then you have the friend. Okay. The illegal activity or drug use or both, the truth is being revealed. So somebody is telling the truth about some illegal activity and also probably some drug use as well. I'm not saying it's drug, it could be drug involvement because I think I believe consume came out on her, and that could be somebody giving you something to impair you in some type of way. So we got that. So let's see what else. So this came out. This is the emotions that we were talking about here. That's the card here. This is sadness, depression, or whatever. And then here you got the cheating, sexual partner. So somebody could be upset because they think the sexual partner is being with somebody else. You upset about it. You think somebody that you're dealing with in a sexual way is cheating on you with somebody else and you're upset. Okay. Here you have the innocent person being pulled into some. So you have an innocent person being pulled into somebody else's BS. And then here you have a friend here involved. And then this is somebody trying to separate themselves from a situation or a person. So this came out in her reading too. It was the runaway card. And it's like somebody doesn't want to be connected or is trying to separate themselves from a person or a situation. And that's this right here, this friend, because they don't want to be involved in it. So you got somebody that's a friend here. Friends came out over here. Got this friend being pulled into a situation that they really don't have anything to do with, but they're trying to separate themselves from it. They don't want to be connected to it. They don't want to be a part of it. Over here, you have the illegal activity or drug use with the truth being revealed. So now that the truth is being revealed about this illegal activity or drug use, now you have somebody who is trying to figure out how they're going to heal or deal with a situation, which is what I got over here. So it's like with this card. So it's like you're taking a step back to observe. So you're trying to figure out what it is that you're going to do in order to handle this situation that you're in. Well, one more and then I'm going to stop, but then it's going to be too long. It's trying to do 15 minutes. Okay, let's see. Somebody being submissive. Clarify. Ex rebellious. Okay. So here is somebody coming in here, submissive. Submissive means that you either know about something and don't tell anybody to avoid the situation, or you know somebody is doing something and you are involved in it actually, like you actually participating. Okay, so you got that. And then here you have an ex here. And then this person is into some rebellious things. So somebody's ex could be into some things, but they're not saying anything. They're not talking about it. They're not wanting anybody. So if I know I have an ex, this ex is into all type of things, and I'm not doing anything to stop them from doing the actions that they're doing, the rebellious things that they're doing, then I'm being submissive to it. Basically, you're allowing it to happen because you're not speaking up against it. And I wonder, did Ja'Niyah have on something like a navy blue or a dark color out? I don't know, it was a shirt, dress, whatever, but it's like a dark color, maybe blue, navy blue, black, whatever outfit. But it's like somebody has hit her on her head with something. But anyway, that's the reading on Ja'Niyah. You can leave the comments in the. Hi, I just recorded this video the other day, and then I went to go look into, see what actually was going on with her case, because everybody know, if you don't know, that I don't research cases before I look into them. So when I did the previous reading in this one, I hadn't looked into it. And so I went to do some research on what actually happened, parents and all of that stuff. And I came across some things on Facebook, and I'm going to put it in here. If you want to go and look at the videos or whatever that's in there, you can go to Facebook. I didn't put them on here, but I put the names up so you can see how to find it. So this is what you're going to see now. Okay, so like I say, you can pause and read that if you want to, but a lot of the things that I was saying in this video is what is being shown here in these posts. So thank you for watching, and like I said, don't forget to put her name in the comment section, heart or something, and pray that she comes home, and thank you for watching.